Hey, welcome to the HiveTech update. This one's going to be rather rushed, unfortunately, only because I actually don't have a ton of time, but I didn't really want to wait as progress has been insane recently. Just a quick backstory on what happened recently. The S&P was actually down for like a few weeks, I'm not entirely sure the amount, just while Citrus decided that she wanted to host the entire server on something local. So we are no longer using a provider, and we host our own server now. And yeah, so progress was halted for a few weeks. However, we've more than made up for that. Starting with Flipper, it's completely finished. You remember in the last one, this was under construction. It got left half built for those several weeks it was offline. However, it's now completely done, and we've moved most of our items to it. We are going to be installing a categorizer into this. I'll throw a screenshot of that up on the screen. However, as you can clearly see, that's not built yet. So, yay. I should probably address the title of this specific, update. One of the more interesting things about this update is we're on one of the newer versions, and a bug was discovered that is quite funny. So you can see here we've started something by removing the bedrock roof. Now, originally we did this with a canopy feature that uses pistons to break bedrock. However, in the new update, they kind of messed up the way pickles work. Yes, pickles. They changed something with how they can be placed, and long story short, they just delete bedrock or any block in front of them. So I don't think I'll be able to show the pickles, but we started using flying machines to destroy the bedrock. So I think this is going to be 400 by 400, this perimeter. Is there any pickles in here? Yeah, so here's our pickle stash. And I'll show the way this works just quickly. So obviously we're using flying machines, but I'm going to just do this manually to show you. So if I come over to the wonderful bedrock over here that we can't break apparently, if I just place a trapdoor and open it, I will want to do the top one first actually, which makes this slightly interesting placement. But I can just place a pickle, and yep. Consider that bedrock deleted. It's ridiculous. The story of who actually found this is slightly up in the air. So I don't want to get involved in all that, and just say it was found by someone in the bedrock community. Yes, I know, insightful, but there's been a bit of drama around that recently, so I don't want to get involved. Not much than I already am anyway. Frog. Anyway, some of the other things that have happened on the server recently is I'll have to go back to spawn to show you this. Oh, I do get to show you something quite cool. Yeah, don't question this. This just works. Don't question it. I don't know how it works. It just does. We don't touch it. So if we go all the way over here, we will find our wonderful tree farm. Obviously, this is, I think this is going to be temporary. I think we want to replace this at some point. But essentially, we have just a basic tree farm here because our other one broke, so this was the replacement. I'll also be working on a cobble farm to go somewhere around here. I made the mistake of building it up there that needs a snowman, and that's in the desert. If you're wondering where the wither is, we had a slight issue that one of the things we do on the server to prevent lag and stuff is we have a few add-ons that just, you know, kill the mobs and things like that are persistent from just holding a random item that dropped in a cave or something ridiculous. And something messed up and it killed all of the withers on the server, so yay. Because it was supposed to not target them, but somehow did. We are currently setting up a bee farm, I believe. This has been here for a while, but we're setting up something a bit better than that, I believe. As previously mentioned, we have moved mini main storage to the end, and now we're just left with this, because some of these items would just be thrown into the overflow, so we don't want to really move those yet, and some of them we just have in bulk. So we've also been doing a few smaller things, so we have sniffers, if that's anything to go by. But honestly, a lot of what's happened these past few weeks is just preparation. There are the odd thing around the server that I really don't feel like flying to just to show you them, because they're quite far out, but I'll explain them. But there is one I do want to show you, so let me cut to that. And here we are. Probably the most normal thing on an SCP server. We have just a little storage here for a few items that we've gathered. So here's our shulker of bedrock. Obviously our many shulkers of light blocks. Who doesn't want shulkers of glowing obsidian, nether reactor cores, you know, decay, end gateways? Hey, look. You want a gateway? We have gateways. You know, you want a camera? What else have we got here? Infested chiselstone bricks, yep. Soul fire tiles. You know, this is just what everybody has, isn't it? Bedrock, usual. Barrier. And portal ooh, they're the portal tiles, eh? I did not mean to click that sign. Look at this, right? Hey. You know, this is normal behavior. Don't worry about this. We don't talk about it. Yeah, basically we have a huge dupe stash. That's all this is. I'm playing it off as it's being normal, but it's very obviously not. This was done by Stormy. I'm not going to explain how this works, I don't understand it. But basically they found a really OP dupe to do with pending ticks or something. I'm not sure. Look, I'm not going to explain it, I don't know how it works. However, I will say it did crash the server pretty much once a day while we were doing this. But I mean, hey, isn't this really cool? We're just in a box in the air and there's just don't worry about the specifics. Anyway, that is all I do have. I will throw a little montage of the other things around the server that I didn't want to fly to. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. I am going to try and do these monthly. So expect the next one on the 4th of next month. Not entirely sure. As I said, I'm going to try and do these monthly. I'll actually probably post on the 1st, just so I can be consistent. So yes, see you later.